My name is Rogelio Garcia. I'm a teaching candidate in the Teach Now program, and I'm in my 4th year of teaching English conversation as a foreign language at Yale Middle School. This is my coworker, who's also going to be my mentor teacher.
I'm an English teacher here at Yale Middle School. I've been working here for 3 years, and I became a mentor teacher for Rogelio, so we will work together. Happily?
Yes, very happily.
Yeah.
And today we're going to discuss the expectations for the relationship we're going to have and some of the first lesson plans that I'll work through. So, first, Sujin, what are your expectations for the relationship that we'll have, like as you being my mentor teacher and me being the candidate who you'll be observing? What do you expect from me?
Already you have shown us great teaching. So I think if I find some improvement, something to be improved, I will let you know, and I want to share a lot of things with you about the class management and teaching skill, something like that.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think my expectations are similar, that I would hope that, and I think we have a good relationship already, that if you see something that you think we can improve, you can tell me. But I'm really hoping that through this time I can improve my teaching style, and especially with being able to meet the students at the different levels that they're at. That's one of the biggest, I think, issues in the class. Are there any procedures to the class, like the way that you want the class to run, or do you think that the way we've been doing it works well? In terms of like the order of the class, the way that I start the class, teach the textbook, and then finish the class, are there any things that we should rearrange or try to change?
Actually, I like the way you teach. So the order is not, it's okay.
Okay.
So
Great. Okay, so no procedure changes. Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. You and I, before we just looked at the rubric, the grading scale, I guess, that we're going to work through every week. And in our meetings, we'll definitely talk more about this. But just so you know, the program uses a rubric that's based on Washington, D.C. standards. It's called the INTASC. And there are 10 sort of standards that they work from. And each standard has a question that you should try to answer when you're giving me a score. And the scoring is from 0 to 4. So 0 is not a good job at all, and 4 is an outstanding job. But yeah, every week the program will look through the rubric together and kind of go over that.
I'm just curious, is this rubrics about students understanding or participation, or focused on your teaching?
I think it's more focused on me.
You.
Yeah. So it's more focused on the teacher, but I think the standard, what they would say is that if the teacher's doing a good job, then the students are going to do a good job. So I think it's also about the students' performance, but mostly focusing on the teaching performance. Like, am I doing the things that they want me to try to do? And the standards are really different. Some of them are, am I actively thinking about the student's growth, or am I using technology and different things like that?
Yep.
Can you tell me a little bit about what you think about the students? I know last semester we had some difficulty with the very low level students. So do you think there's any strategies that you have that work for varied learners like that? The
low learners?
Low learners, yeah. Or different readiness levels? Because that's something that I'll have to look at.
As a co-teacher, I think I have to be more involved in teaching, right?
So more team teaching?
Yeah.
Great.
From one-to-one, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I can help them
Yeah.
to understand.
Yeah. Give them the extra support.
Yeah.
Great. Great. Talk a little bit about differentiation.
Differentiation.
But the idea that this year I'm going to try to have maybe the same lesson for the students, but within that lesson I'm going to have sort of different tasks for the students who are low level and mid level and high level to try to help all of them learn or have a better experience in the class. So I'm going to try to do that a little bit this year, and I'd love to know what you think of
I
it.
think that is great.
Yeah.
Prepare 3 levels of teaching material, right? Worksheet.
Yeah, all of the handouts, I'm going to try to
Yeah.
scale them a little
That
bit
is
differently.
great.
Yeah, so
If so, we have to separate them, right? I mean, in their sitting, we have to,
know who they are and where they're.
Yeah.
I thought about that. And I don't know if, I think that would be something like a procedure, so I don't know if we want to try to move the students into certain areas, or if I can, when I'm looking at the seating chart before the class, I can put the handouts in order, so that when I give them to the front of the room, I can, 2, 2, 2, 2, and as I'm passing them out, each student will get the correct handout or the correct worksheet. So we could talk more about that. I guess, about if we want to. Would you want to group the students in their level, or would you want to keep them separate? I don't have
it is a very difficult question.
Yeah.
Because if we divide 3 or 4 groups here, like we did last year, in one group there have to be a lot of level, right?
I understand what you mean. So
Several
then you're
level, 3 levels.
Yeah, I understand. I think we can just keep the students in their seats.
Yeah.
And I can make sure to have the correct handout for them. I think I can do it.
Or they can choose their
They can choose their level.
They know their level.
That's a really good
they
idea.
can choose the worksheet, right?
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Then that gives them a lot more choice. I think that's a
Yeah.
wonderful idea. That's a great idea. Standard I chose was from, it's an American standard, in American, it's called the Common Core, but I chose a literacy standard. So the standard is engage effectively in a range of collaborative discussions, one-on-one, in groups, and teacher-led, with diverse partners on grade 7 topics. So this is, in all of my lessons, I'm going to try to, my focus is going to be to try to help the students do this. I want the students to try to engage each other in discussions. So all of my lessons, I'm going to always try to be working towards making this the goal. And then I wrote some objectives. So I wrote 1, 2, 3, I think 5 objectives. Yeah. So these 5 objectives, I'll give you a copy of this. But it's really basic. Just I want them to be able to remember the language we've covered. I want them to try to demonstrate understanding of the language. I want them to analyze my information and their classmates' information. I want them to respond to information, and I want them to try to use this language in a more creative way. So instead of just memorizing one grammar point, I want them to try to be a little bit more creative if they can. And I know that's a big step for them. I know it's hard.
They can make their own sentence
Exactly.
using the key phrase, something like that.
Exactly, yeah. So in all of the lessons for the first part of the semester, these are the things that I'm going to always try to be focusing on with the students.
Good.
Yeah. And just so you know, I looked at the second grade lessons. And my first week I'll do an introduction lesson. The second week it's transportation, and then transportation time, excuses, responsibilities, sorry, I can't remember, locations, directions, there'll be a review for the midterm, and then a shopping and a sales. So I think that the entire time that I'm doing this mentor teaching with you, it'll be the first 4 lessons.